Good evening, mortals.
Bitch!
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for being patient. We were just having some fun at Aki's expense.
My hand hurts.
Oh my
Fuck
god.
you.
Uh, Aki made the mistake of telling me that they had their hand above the button to push bench, so it just
I
didn't
had
go.
my whole hand just above my numpad on my keyboard, and I just fucking went bap, and I benched.
Good to see you, Nick. Blackthorn, no rush, no ruch.
Also, Blackthorn stopped telling me what to do with my time.
T, good to see you, T. Yeah, but Blackthorn, we don't kink shame here, except for Witch. Witch, you need way more kink shaming in your life.
Well, the joke's on you. That is my kink.
And this is, there's no, see, this is exactly why I told Skull to talk dirty to me and did nothing for you.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was excited though.
I know you were. That was the whole ass tease. So we do mic checks before stream chat, and I told Scald, who I know this is safe to say to talk dirty to me to do his mic check, and then Witch was like, oh, and I'm like, anyway, I already did Witches, no problem.
How dare you?
Oh god, welcome to Soda Steaming Stan Laying Thought. What the fuck is this?
Ah,
Oh, hello, buddy. I think you just blew out my speakers with that. You want to try again?
huh?
Okay, that's better. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Glorious Solar Stream Style. We will be continuing on from last session. I don't know if you guys remember, but you had spoken to a reporter who was like, hey, can I do an interview? And you were like, only if we can interview you first. And he's like, all right. And then you did, and now you're going to go do an interview. And there was nothing weird about any of this at all. Right, guys?
Just regular Exalt stuff.
And you didn't
Yeah,
read
because you guys
any
made
of
me
our
stand on the other
briefing.
side of the door.
That is true, yeah. A lot of you did stand on the other side of the door. So, does anyone have anything they want to bring up before we get started?
Can't think of anything.
I wanted to bring up one thing from Blue Booking. I got my 1 point spies looking into
Yep.
Paul Atfield.
I'm aware.
And asked them to get back to us in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Because last session he said we'd be starting off at the interview time. I wanted to make sure there was a bit of time beforehand.
Okay, that's fair. So, you want your 1 spies to report back to you in the morning?
Yeah.
That doesn't give them much time.
It gives them like 12 hours, maybe.
Yeah, if they don't sleep.
They're spies. They don't sleep.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. At any rate, anything else before we get started?
Speaking of
Just,
Blue Booking.
Those of us who were doing some research into the supernatural, do we find anything in a single day of looking?
Yeah, you find a ton, actually, that the supernatural is in fact real. Many websites claim that
Yes.
ghosts are real, vampires are real, aliens are real. There's lots of, there's tons,
Yeah.
tons
Yeah,
of
there's
evidence.
tons. The issue is, does any of it seem recognizable?
I mean, yeah, you can read all of it. It's very recognizable. Does any of it seem credible is a whole nother story. I would go with probably
None of it's credible based on what we've experienced.
no, it does not seem it doesn't leap out to you as a reliable source of information, despite the fact that many of the websites you find end with .info.
On the internet, it must be true.
That is true. The internet is true. No, you don't find anything, and like you suspected, you don't find anything in local bookstores either.
No. Oh well.
Oh, as a little reference to Blue Booking, I posted something in the crypt that
Oh, dear
that
God.
Aki lovingly made in reference to something that happened.
Oh my god, that is true.
Yeah.
All right, so we will pick up during the interview. However, I do want to mention that your spies do come back to you with something, Darius. Paul Atfield's wife recently died in a car accident.
Okay.
Sure.
About 3 days ago.
As much as I don't want to remind the DM, we ended last session on Mercy, still with her cast mark flared a little bit, stepping out into the bullpen floor.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Okay, so that just...
Would you like to know how that resolved?
Sure. That'd
Okay.
probably be a good idea.
So basically, you walked out there, and everyone immediately asked you about 10,000 questions. You did this in a news agency.
Yeah.
And all of the questions that they asked were things like, how did this happen to you? Where did you get this? How are you making this affect? What does this mean for us as a whole? And just on and on and on and on and on, but everyone at once. So I'm going to need you to make a wits and socialize check.
Pull out my character sheet, I realize I didn't open my roll.
Oh, I did.
James may have tried to help calm the situation down as well.
Sorry, wits and socialize?
Yes, please.
I have to go through the 9,000 fucking thing again.
Is that music loud, chat? It's a little loud.
No.
There we go. That's perfect.
Woof.
Okay. Ben, that is not how this dice roller works. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You did not get 33 successes. You got 3.
Just trying to figure it out, okay, man?
No problem.
So on your character sheet in
Sorry, this needs to be
the
louder.
thing, if you click on your... so as an example, I just rolled my wits and socialize. So I changed the little thing beside socialize to wit. And then I clicked on the dice. I'm just going to roll it again just to show an example. It asked me to input my value for my bonuses or specialization, which I had none. So I hit submit. It doubles on 10s, so I hit submit.
Okay.
And then it asked me to add my automatic successes, and then I hit submit, and then it rolled it again with 3 successes
Yeah.
with 1 10 that doubled.
That is still so complicated to me. I still have like manual dice here just in case.
Fair
But-
enough.
Yeah.
So, you do manage to eventually calm things down, and people basically, a lot of them were involved in the interview you guys did personally, so they are tangentially aware of what's going on, but they kind of took it as an excuse to start asking questions that weren't in that interview. And since I assume you guys phrased that interview to ask and answer questions you already knew the answers to, these ones are harder to answer. Things like who exactly is the Sun Emperor and which country do they hail from, for example.
I don't know, but I will figure that out.
Okay,
I
great.
don't think gods come from countries, but okay.
Arguable, given that sometimes their worshippers are in specific regions.
Mhm.
Sometimes.
That's true.
So,
So yeah,
From
I
the
answer what questions
sun.
I answer what questions I can, and then those that I am actually not sure of the answer, I say I don't know, but I will find the answer for you.
okay, so they're not really satisfied with that because they're reporters and their job is to dig. So they will continue to apply pressure basically until James steps in and says that's enough.
That's enough.
Good. And they leave it be. They immediately stop and go off on their own ways. At any rate, so before the interview starts, who's going to the actual interview?
Hello.
Okay, James, obviously Mercy.
I will be.
Ben will go as a quote-unquote bodyguard just to make sure nothing bad happens.
I'll be there.
Okay, so everyone's going to the interview?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
There's an explosion from nearby where the penthouse is. Definitely not the penthouse. Definitely not with my mom in it.
No, God,
Definitely
no.
not with all of our relatives in it.
No, God, cesium doesn't burn that way. Come on.
And no, they were dead already.
Yeah, everyone's dead, actually. Plot twist. Everyone's already dead. The end. No, you're all in a dark cave. It is very dark.
God damn it.
What do you do?
I'm getting flashbacks again.
You have no idea. Every time I say you are in a cave, I'm pretty sure Aki has a panic attack.
I unalive myself.
Oh,
You fail, of course.
Farts.
You manage to live a long and happy life, which feels like mere moments because the cave hallucinogens do that to you. Overdosing on which is what eventually puts you into a peaceful slumber from which you never wake. You are dead. Try again.
I vote to not
I'll
try
be back.
again.
I'm gonna go take a cab somewhere.
Aki, I moved, just so you know.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Please,
No.
please. Wife, pack it up. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
No, I have confirmation from Traz.
Oh, shit.
You haven't moved.
All right. So let's get into it. So no one wants to, Darius, you don't want to look into the whole wife being dead 3 days ago thing?
No.
All right, fair enough. Well then, let's get started. So you come to the building, which is it's a bigger local news, or it's the same local news channel actually, where Mercy exalted. So you know the way. It's actually fairly easy to find. When you arrive, the front door is closed, but there's a buzzer on the side that you can press.
Buzz, buzz.
Okay. A receptionist answers the door and says, you know, hello, who am I speaking with?
I'll use her name if I happen to remember, but it's
You do.
James, and I've got an interviewee here for Paul.
She says, oh yeah, the lady from outside. Oh, please. You hear the door click.
In we go.
As
Okay.
we walk in, Darius is going to reach into his right side jacket pocket, pulling out a separate phone from his regular one,
Okay.
and text Paul with the number Mercy gave him and say, "There's a second one just like her. He goes by Eclipse."
Okay.
Dude, how many
They
phones
go
do you
by
have?
Eclipse. Sorry,
They're
I'm not
just
going to
told the
specify
darkness.
gender.
Okay. So you put that in, you send it off.
Yeah.
You get a text back being saying that he's interested in to give him more details.
I ignore the phone for the rest of the night.
Okay, great.
I'm not responding.
When you get in, the receptionist, Shelly, is very excited to see you, Mercy, and comes out and shakes your hand, and you immediately recognize her as one of the people who is recording your exaltation. It's clear she was there, and she's doing everything except bowing to you. Mercy?
It's nice to meet you again.
She said, "Oh, you remember? I'm sorry I didn't come help, but it was just also overwhelming. I'm glad you're here to be interviewed. Is there anything I can get you? A drink, maybe? Do you want coffee, tea? I think we may have some liquor in a cabinet."
No, thank you. I appreciate that, though.
She says, "Oh, of course. If you need anything at all, please, just let me know. I'll be right here." And she goes behind her desk, but does not sit down.
Okay. I'm gonna let James lead the way because he knows this building better than I do.
Yep, I'll lead on to where we're going.
All right. So you arrive at the interview room. It's a small set done up specifically for this sort of thing. The idea being you do your recording in here, goes to editing, then it gets put on the air. James, you've been here half a dozen times at least to basically just borrow their setup when you were getting yourself set up, and then as time went on, you got your own stuff, of course. But at any rate, you've been here before. You note there's still a piece of gum stuck to one wall. It has been here longer than you think anyone in the building has.
Good to see some things never change.
Okay. So inside is Paul, who immediately stands up when you guys enter. Do all 5 of you enter?
Ben will step in and stand by the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll wander up and shake his hand.
Okay.
I am also going to enter and
Shocker.
shake his hand.
Okay. Anyone else coming in?
I'm going to activate Mastery of Small Manners to make myself incapable of faux pas.
Okay.
I'm also going to, and at that point, I'm going to kind of like measure. Okay, to what degree do they want others entering the room? I want to read the room. What do I get No, just that question first. Are other people other than the like James and Mercy supposed to go in here?
Probably not. James is probably not supposed to be in here either, although the room can accommodate for him behind the cameras.
I'm just gonna kind of like pause, and I'm gonna put my arm across the door a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of just like hold the door open, but listen to what Mercy and James are saying before the rest of us go in.
Okay. And Darius, what are you doing?
I will wait for Joe's go ahead.
Okay, and just real quick, Darius, I need to know, did you tell anyone about the information your spies gathered?
Yes, I would have blawed that to the party. I forgot to mention that.
Okay.
Apologies.
Does that change anyone's actions leading up to this moment?
Sorry, which info was that specifically?
That his wife died in a car crash 3 days ago.
The reporter
like-
Paul's wife just passed away in a car crash, yeah.
Ben would be less intimidating,
Oh, good.
if only slightly.
Good to know that all it takes for someone to get Ben to back off is for them to lose a spouse.
But no, I'm just kind of like reading the room and
Alright.
waiting a little bit before I have everybody file in to this.
Okay,
And it was
so
really
so
right?
Mercy and James enter. Darius, are you going in?
Again, I'll wait for the go ahead from Joe, see if
Okay.
he wants to follow or not.
Okay, so Mercy and James enter. Ben comes in behind and just steps into the room. Paul stands up, shakes Mercy's hand, shakes James's hand, and says, "Oh, thank you so much for coming. I'm happy to have you here. Let's. Do you need anything before we get started? Do you have any questions that you want off air? Once the cameras go live, anything. Oh, and he turns around. He picks up a contract and he hands it over to you, Mercy.
James is gonna grab that and I'll look over it.
Okay, it's standard stuff. Anything you say on the camera can be used by the news division, and basically that's it. Just things that you guys have agreed to are in the contract. It's very standard.
So
May I take a look?
yeah, I'll pass it over to Joaquin.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't. I guess you were looking into the room, so sure.
Yeah,
you
so
come-
I actually wait for him to like cross the room to hand it to me. 'cause
Okay,
I'm not-
he hands it over. He comes back and he says, "Do you always travel with this big of an entourage?"
Well, with how
He was
straight-
talking to Mercy. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Not usually, but it was recommended that I have at least a few people that are good at reading over contracts. James made me aware of what a standard contract is for going live on TV.
Okay. Great. Well, in that case, if you want to have a seat here, I'm going to sit over here. There's going to be some lighting coming on. don't worry too much about how you are or how you look or anything like that. Just try to act naturally. Answer questions. Try to ignore the cameras as best you can. Does he have to stay in here? And he points over to Ben, who is glowering less badly than yesterday.
And waves and smiles.
Don't mind him. He's just part of the security detail.
Oh. Well,
Ben gives a thumbs up.
That's weird. I thought, okay, sure.
Do you mind?
The only request that I did have, again, was to not use my name.
Yeah, you're Zenith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that. No problem.
And that those that are associated with me, meaning her mom, are not brought into the interview at all.
Oh, no. This is just between you and I.
Okay.
Does anyone here have any social charms active right now aside from small manners?
I would actually like to start with some of that. Yes.
Okay.
Which ones are scene long? Deft Official's Way, which just gives me bonuses on read intentions rolls for a bureaucratic end. And where was the other scene long?
Because that guy just said something significant.
Oh, sorry, that was an enlightened discourse method. My apologies.
I'll come back to it.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Right, Quicksilver Falcon's Eye. I'm going to sense any application of resolve or guile.
Okay.
Meaning, if somebody's hiding something that someone could have picked up on in a scene, I'll kind of get an inkling that, hang on, they're hiding something, even if I don't know what it is.
Okay.
And that lasts for the next one turn.
You're activating that now?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So he sits down in his chair. He gestures to Mercy to sit down in hers.
And I'm going to back us out of the room because... Oh, sorry, did we say that Ben is staying in the room or no?
That is what James said, yes.
Okay.
Although it's not a huge room, so having 4 people in there is actually kind of difficult.
Got it. I am going to back out of the room and actually close it. Is it soundproofed?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Can I still hear through it at all?
No. However, there is another room directly adjacent to it that you can listen through.
Okay.
Can I hear through it with keen hearing?
Through the soundproofing?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I will stay by the door.
Okay. It would have to be completely not soundproofed like we normally consider, but like actually silent. No sound could escape at all to beat your senses.
Okay.
And unfortunately, this was made by humans. Okay, so he sits down, he straightens out his tie, he sits up straight, pulls out a notepad that has got a pen attached to it, and it's just a pretty standard clipboard. And he says, okay, are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right, great, let's do this. Which immediately triggers something for you, Joaquin.
Is he hiding something?
He just said something significant. Anyway.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
He looks over at the room adjacent to the one that you're in. So just so you know, Joaquin, you are standing in the recording booth, and there's someone in there. So he gives them a wave, and after about 5 seconds, the lights change in the room, and he looks over to you, Mercy, and he says, well, I'm joined here by the famous Zenith, a local hero on our scene. How are you doing today, Zenith?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm doing just fine, thank you. I understand you've been really busy lately, so thank you for this interview. My Twitter is full of your name. So, I'm just gonna have some pretty basic questions here. We're just gonna, try and get through this, give the audience, the viewers, what they want to see, and try and bring to light some of the things that you're trying to do here. Is there? I guess we'll start with an easy question. Why Zenith?
That was what I was assigned.
Assigned. Okay. do they hand it out at superhero school, or did it come with the superpowers? I'm not sure I'm following.
When the Sun Emperor spoke to me, the Unconquered Sun, he named me his Zenith.
Oh, okay. So is this a god that you're hearing named
Yes.
you? Okay, interesting. He writes that down. So the Unconquered Sun, hell of a name, by the way. Unconquered. What does that mean?
I'm unsure.
Okay, fair enough. Who can know the face of God and all that? Okay, well, I guess my next question is going to be a doozy. Why the armor?
Superman not wear his cape? It's a symbol. It is an easy thing to recognize me by.
All right, fair enough. I definitely recognize you when you walk down the street. That is true.
That is the point.
Do you get cold?
Occasionally.
Just don't care.
It's Victoria.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, great. I'm glad you're staying comfortable out there. Okay. So, quick question: if there are any girls out there watching that are looking up to what you're doing here, what would you recommend they do in your situation?
Well, I would suggest that they speak to somebody that they truly trust and that can help them grow as people. I suggest that they reach out to their local community and see what they can do. It's the only way we're really going to move forward as humanity is by coming together.
Okay, understood. So I guess that leads into why did you choose be better?
Do better. Yes.
Sorry, do better. Yeah. Is there a moral message you'd like to share with the viewers?
The phrasing of do better
Here comes
was
the dynamite.
honestly a bit off the cuff. But I think it is relevant. It is time for all of us to do better as a people, as nations, as countries, as in general just people of the world.
He nods and says, I think we can all get behind that message.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, do you think that maybe there are other people like you?
Sure. If there are, they haven't felt comfortable enough to come forward.
Oh, actually, I may have some good news for you. Yeah, we've found evidence that there are at least 4 other people like you that did the whole beam in the sky thing. And I was recently informed that there's at least one other who's been named an eclipse. Do you know anything about this eclipse?
The name sounds familiar, but
Oh, it gets
as
worse.
to the identity,
It gets worse.
I would have to go and look myself.
Of course, I'm not saying that, all people from Glowing Light Land know each other. I'm not not that much of a hick. I'm just saying, maybe you have somewhere to focus your efforts.
Yes.
Okay, speaking of moral questions, do you think it's moral for one person to go outside the bounds of the law to enact personal justice?
This sounds like a targeted question.
It's just what I got on my clipboard here.
One person to go outside the bounds of law? It depends. Is the law unjust?
Oh, yeah, okay, understood. So you feel if a law is unjust, then it's within a citizen's rights to go outside it to perform a moral, correct action, correct?
Same way that a jury can choose not to prosecute.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard of that. We're not allowed to talk about it, of course, because people are listening. But I have heard of cases like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
As well as police officers can do the same thing.
They can use their discretion. That is true. That is true. So great. I'm happy that you answered one of the hard ones in such a good fashion. Thank you so much. Sorry for kind of coming out of left field with that. So, what's the chances, I suppose, that the others who are like you, like this eclipse, have the same morality that you do?
Really good.
Good.
If they were selected, I hope it was for the same reasons that I was.
Okay.
And if not, then, well, there is always a chance to turn people onto the right path.
Right, right. Like you've been doing over the last few months, or the last few weeks, rather. Sorry, you've been going to criminals and asking them to repent, basically.
I've been asking them nicely to do better, yes.
Yeah, and they, as far as I can tell, have. I won't lie to you. It was the first thing I looked into. It seemed too good to be true, so I looked into criminals who had very serious records. And almost universally, they arrived at the police station, said they were criminals and felt terrible, and now they're doing their time, as far as anyone can tell, quite peacefully. How did you accomplish that?
I assume that they saw my video, and when I approached them, they knew that it was time to do better.
Oh, so you think they may have been afraid of the abilities you demonstrated in the video, so they chose to turn themselves in?
Perhaps afraid, but if
Here
you
we go.
give someone hope that there is an out to their situation, especially if it is a tragic situation or something that is ongoing due to
It's okay.
personal
We all got a little
circumstances.
flustered in front of the camera.
I was just getting flustered because my phone was ringing, but shut up.
Mhm.
But we all have different circumstances of our birth and of our of growing up, and sometimes it does take a helping hand to get out of that. Someone needs to reach back and say, "It is okay. I can help."
Oh, okay. So why haven't the police done this?
I don't know. I will ask them.
Well, I hope that you do. We could all, hope that that criminals just turn themselves in from here on out and stop committing crimes. I'm surprised that your methods are more effective than the police. Do you feel that they should get out of your way?
Not necessarily, no. They are there for a reason. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. I will be BRB. My apologies.
Okie dokie, we're gonna take a break, I guess. How's everyone else doing?
Doing all right.
I just want you to know that I had another plot that was supposed to run parallel to this.
Oof.
That would be much more exciting for people not involved in the interview scene.
Did we accidentally evade it?
No, you chose to evade it.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't split up. Maybe that would be safer.
my favorite thing is I'm like, okay, there's this plot hook, and you guys are like, I don't know. This TV thing seems important. I'm like, okay. Later, hey, did you tell anyone about that plot hook? Oh yeah, I told everyone. Okay, did that change anyone's actions? Nah, this
No.
TV thing seems important. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here and stare silently at a wall.
Didn't you know? Never split the party.
You know what? I do have something that I can be doing while all of this is going on, because I'm keeping an ear out. I have a question that might be relevant.
Okay.
Mercy asked him how he was, and he said I'm fine, and then went on with I'm stoked to do this.
Mm-hmm.
did that strike me as an application of guile? Was he hiding something in a way that was not just being polite?
People don't really talk about their feelings in
About that.
situations like this, so it wasn't really an application of guile so much as like this is the correct
Reflexive,
response moving on.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that it's knowing what you know now. That's pretty obviously a lie, but it didn't seem like he was like nefariously saying he's fine.
Casually be checking on my phone, like local news.
Okay.
For we have his last name. It was
Atfield.
Atfield. So I'm just gonna search the local news for the last name Atfield.
Okay, you get
this
a
was
bunch
recent,
of you get a bunch of articles from him and nothing else. Reporting
specifically
law.
If I
Reporting
search Victoria
law.
obituaries. Sorry.
Oh, no, there's no obituary for an Atfield in recent memory.
Well,
You know
Maybe
those
it's
are
pretty recent.
you know those are sent in by
Those
the
are
loved
later.
ones of the family,
yes,
right?
but loved ones. Right. Sorry. There's like an equivalent that's in. Yeah. Okay. So
Medical
it's not in the
records.
news.
Yep.
Public records. Yeah.
No, medical records,
Medical
which are
records,
sealed
yeah.
as
Oh,
fuck.
they're very sealed. All right. Okay. So we don't know any information about that. He just kind of shakes his head and is like, "Well, that's sad."
You don't know anything.
He's holding
However,
up
would
pretty
you-
well for all that.
I'm back, by the way.
Okay, welcome
Welcome back.
back.
That's all I had.
Oh my god.
I'm mostly paying attention to the interview.
All right, great. This TV thing seems important. I was just telling the rest of the party, Aki, that there was supposed to be 2 scenes running right now. One for the more, get out there and do stuff people, and one for you and James. And they were like, yeah, but this TV thing seems important.
Okay.
Don't split the party.
Yeah.
Which is being very careful. Okay.
It's funny because Exalted is one of those things where you can split the party.
Yeah, you can accomplish the impossible unless you're not together, in which case you die horribly to a Gru.
and sometimes even when you're together, you die horribly to a group.
Lesson learned.
Correct, yeah. Gru
Lesson learned.
don't
We
fuck
can't
around.
split the party. This is not D&D.
Anyway, moving right on. Okay, so the last question he asked was, come on, brain. Do memory. I forgot.
The police should get out of my way.
Yeah, he asked you if the police should get out of your way. You said no, and then then we were gonna move on. So he says, well, I'm glad to hear. Would you say that you support police?
Sorry, I'm trying to go out of character.
Aki's instincts to be like, oh, a cab I do.
Yeah.
Which is the point? This is a gotcha question.
People. I support people in their roles, in their professions. But going into something as nuanced as do I support the police, especially with the significant events such as George Floyd, such as Breonna Taylor.
That was the wrong mistake.
There is room for growth. There is room to do better.
He nods. All right. Well, I'm glad to know, which side of the issue you stand on. I appreciate that. So my next question, a bit of an easier one. How would you say your relationship is with say your family?
Mercy kind of like stills and just kind of gives a general smile and just. I think it's.
Sorry, you don't have to get into specifics. Obviously, we all know the superhero trope. You're trying to protect your family. This is a general question about relationships. You don't have to give any details or anything like that.
I think it's good.
It's good? Okay, great. So, is that why you had to assault your grandfather with a sword when you were a child? then he just looks at you for a while.
I would like to use intent tracing stare.
Of course you would.
um,
How many people in the party knew that detail?
I told everybody
Great.
Yeah.
last session.
Did, yeah.
Great. Perfect.
And looks a little unhappy.
All right, no. May I make a read intentions action? I want to know what
Yeah.
he's after right now. And this was the first time that he kind of did anything that would give me a reasonable way of telling.
Sure. Go right ahead.
All right.
And what motivation are you targeting?
Specifically, okay, so I would either look at an intimacy. I would look for a specific intimacy and be confirmed whether it's there or not. Or I would ask for his general intention in the scene. In this
Okay.
case, I'm actually going to look for an intimacy against Mercy, specifically.
Okay.
I'm going to read intentions using motives of discerning technique. It's that's 3 motes. I can spend it from peripheral without flaring. And I'm going to roll. Okay, how do I roll in this?
This is against his guile. Go ahead.
Can I kind of get in on this as well, but go for something else?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know that you guys would target different things, though. I guess you might. You might just based on pure luck. Sure. Sure.
Okay. I'd like to look for an intimacy that is based around people with power that he doesn't have.
Okay.
Sorry,
You actually already know one that would fit that category.
which was...
Prove the world is normal.
Okay. I'll just remember that then.
How's that roll coming, buddy? Oh, there it is. 2 successes.
I think that's 1, 2, 3. So I double 9s on this one, and I think it's only 4 successes.
So if you double 9s, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a 1 there. So it is 4 successes. Defender wins ties in Exalted, so you're unable to figure out what his motive is here.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
correct.
So that's correct, he said angrily. So Mercy, he asks you that question, then looks at you, waiting for a response.
Is this why you brought me here today?
We did bring you here for an interview, yes. Is that question too hard? Do you want it stricken?
I think you know that, Paul.
Okay, we can have that stricken. You know, my apologies. I figured you dealt with your history and okay. He crosses some things out on his notepad, and he says, okay, I guess follow-up question. Would you say that this your past, in a general sense, has led to a pattern of justice-based assaults?
It certainly may have started out that way, yes. But, like I said, there's always room to do better. There's always room for talk. There's always room to allow yourself to forgive those that have wronged us.
Okay, so in your opinion, then we should forgive those who've wronged us in the past. He looks over at the window and then back at you, Mercy. He said, "Sorry, is this thing on?" And he points to his mouth. Oh, don't worry, Blackthorn. It's about to get bad.
You're targeting me with these questions, Paul.
I'm sorry. did you? I thought it was clear that we'd be interviewing you. Do you feel that you should be above such scrutiny, or?
I have a tangential question.
Okay.
When he looks up at the room I'm in, who is he looking in any specific direction?
He's looking generally at the guy beside you, although it's clear you can't see him.
What's the guy beside me actually doing right now?
Literally nothing. He's standing there watching audio levels and a screen.
Is his name Jordan?
I'm just gonna like
Sure.
on the off chance, I'm gonna scrutinize this guy, just out of the corner of my eye. Joe just kind of like looks the guy up and down, looks at the audio levels, and really like looks at him, looking for the kind of facial expression, body posture, the kind of thing that might give away if he is doing anything more than just watching audio levels.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make your read intentions check. This guy's a bored
I am using the same
hourly
charm
employee,
to double nines.
so all right.
In retrospect, I wish I had used. I did just type in a dice roll. I don't know if it.
I don't think it came through.
I will try again. I'm using a full excellency this time because
that would have been
I
smart.
realized I probably should have done that.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, that's 5 motes though. That's a lot of personal essence.
It's 7 motes in this case. My dice pool for
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking full ability. I don't know what I was thinking.
Right.
I made a mistake.
I cannot roll. Teams on roll 20.
Why? What are you typing to get your roll?
Exclamation mark roll. Oh, sorry. That's why.
Should be slash.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. This guy looks bored. Everything that you read from him is that he's done this quite a few times, and he doesn't necessarily like his job, but I mean he's just doing his job.
Right. Huh. Nothing weird about him. Go on.
Okay. So he asks, do you think you should be above this sort of scrutiny to Mercy? Do you respond, Mercy?
Do I believe that no one is above reproach? No. I do believe that everyone should answer for their crimes, no matter what they are, unless they are literal children.
So you think children can't commit crimes, or you think they crimes against children are unforgivable?
Crimes against children are unforgivable. That is true.
Okay, that does
Crimes
explain.
Crimes committed by children as well, including in the Canadian law, you cannot charge a child with the crime for a reason.
With some exceptions, we do have juvenile prison for a reason. But I'm glad you put it that way. That does answer my next question, actually, which is why you haven't forgiven your grandfather. I understand his crimes were reprehensible, but if everyone can get better, I'm surprised that he wasn't the first person you approached.
True. Yes. Unfortunately, due to the current pandemic.
I get it. You're human. You make mistakes, just like anyone else, right?
No.
I'm sorry.
I said in the current pandemic. If you would not talk over me, please.
My apologies.
In the current pandemic, there currently non-essential travel in between provinces is not recommended.
So you agree with those laws?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad that the provincial health orders are very important. Well, great. So a video call then wouldn't work. Does your power not work through a camera? Actually, he looks over at the camera. Does it work through a camera? Should I be concerned for my viewers?
Because this was meant to be an interview to answer questions, which I am.
Also, Paul, there's not much way for her to know that. We haven't tested it.
He looks over at as soon as you start talking, James. In the recording room, the guy hits a button and scrubs the last 5 seconds of footage, and then pauses recording. And he looks over and says, "Come on, man, I'm doing an interview. You know better."
I'm just trying to help you find better questions, man.
These are working great. Thanks. And he waves at the window. The recording starts again. And we're back. Sorry, folks. Just a little audio glitch there. So, well, I guess, my viewers will have to take that risk on their own. Earlier, I said we all make mistakes, we're human, right? Did you disagree with that statement?
Mistakes.
Aki, you didn't come through there. Could you say that again?
I said no. We all make mistakes.
Right, because we're all human, right?
Yes.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that you're human too. That's very, interesting news. I'm sure some scientists are probably rolling in their graves right about now. So I guess the question is, what would you do if I don't know, say someone willing to assault people got these abilities? What would happen then?
Mercy's gonna get up, and she's gonna leave.
Okay. He doesn't stop you. He looks over, waves at the window. They stop recording after you get up and leave. And you exit the door. You're out of the room.
Mercy's gonna keep
Ben
going.
follows her.
I fucking leave. I'm out of the building.
Okay. On your way out, the receptionist calls after you and says, "Hey, is everything okay?" Yeah, not bad for a
Mercy
fucking
just kind
human,
of,
huh?
Nods and waves.
Okay. So you get outside. Does everyone follow?
Ben follows, and actually, before they leave the building, he places a hand on her shoulder and goes, "Are you sure that was a good idea? They may try to twist that. It's clear the guy was trying to twist this whole thing against you."
There are trying to do that, so I'd rather not give them the satisfaction of further information.
But what if he's right? What if there is someone out there with our powers that could go against us? And he kind of says this low, whispering, basically.
Okay.
Do my best to talk them down, and to show them there is a better path.
Is everyone outside? I need to know where you guys are.
James is still kind of paused in the interview room.
Okay. You see Paul writing furiously on his notepad, like you've done 1,000 times following an interview.
Okay. Gonna stand quietly and wait for him to finish.
Okay. How long do you want to wait?
I'll take a seat in the other chair, and
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for him to finish writing.
All right. So you're going to be busy for about half an hour. We'll cut back to everyone else then. Is everyone else in the parking lot?
No, Joe's still in the observation room.
Okay.
I'm gonna look to James from the outside of the door, looking for some form of recognition that he's gonna be fine here with Joe, and then
I'll give you a nod.
okay, and then I'll follow after Mercy and Ben.
Okay. Joaquin, you see the recording guy types in on a keyboard for a little bit, clearly saves the file, and it gets digitally backed up, and he says, "Hey, don't break anything in here, okay?" And he walks out of the room.
All right. Yeah, I was just about to engage him in conversation.
Oh, no.
All right. Joe's gonna just kind of sit down. Are there a few other chairs in here?
No, there actually are no chairs in this room.
Okay. I'm gonna watch, but just to be clear, it's a computer at the center of all of this.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Is it still signed in?
No, he locked it on his way out.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm listening, Blackthorn. Pattern spider.
Here's a question. Which ability is computers?
Lore.
Lore? I would like to try and figure out the password. Or bypass it.
All right. Give me an intelligence and lore roll, please.
Sounds good. Mastery of Small Manners is absolutely going to tell me this is a faux pas. I'm going to ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mastery of Small Manners lets you know that this is widely viewed as not cool in many
I'm
circles.
going to check quickly. Is there a security camera right now?
Yeah, there absolutely is a security camera in this room.
Yeah.
Don't get us in trouble.
There's
no, damn it.
nearly there's a few $100,000 worth of equipment in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fucking camera.
That's fair. Last theory. I'm going to introduce a fact. I'm going to try this.
Okay.
And this is that's lore. I believe that's usually intelligence and lore.
Okay. What are you trying to introduce?
The fact that I would be trying to introduce here is that in places like this, most of the security stuff is on a closed circuit. It's not backed up in a cloud at this point.
That is not a fact you have to introduce. That's just true.
Okay. And accordingly, I might have access to the files from the based on the fact that he was able to scrub recording from in the studio from this station. The computer might have access to I guess footage from other cameras in the building.
Okay, so the fact you want to introduce is that the recording equipment in this news station and the security equipment are on the same network?
Yes.
Oh man, that hurts me so much as a guy who works with cameras. What is the... you know what? I'll let it happen because this is a game and we're meant to be having fun.
Yeah.
But
Hollywood hacking rules.
roll it and make me weep.
That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts me so very much.
No, I'm so sorry.
Tech babies.
That is 1, 2,
87 successors. Holy shit.
10, 11, 12. I only read 12 successes.
Oh, okay. It says 87, so.
It's because I didn't do the greater than 7 thing.
Yeah, I saw
Jordan,
that.
just wait till the password is password.
You got 12 successes, you say?
Yeah.
All right. So,
It's an old design, and it wasn't very well done.
so they do in fact have their security on the same network as their recording equipment. That does
would
not
like-
help you make mastery of small manners shut up and do a thing that is in front of a security
I
camera.
know. It's basically I can only do this reasonably if I can then erase the footage in the same way as stuff.
Okay. Here's a question about your fact that you introduced. Do you know it? Because it's specific to this building.
Right.
Do you want to take that chance as your character? Does Joaquin want to risk that?
Don't do it.
He's gonna seriously consider it, and then he's actually gonna look out into the room where he looks at the concerned expression presumably on James's face, and he reconsiders. And he realizes that okay, this is gonna impact more than me. Fine, I'm not gonna go into this. And he's gonna wait, and he's gonna watch, and he's gonna be watching Paul very carefully.
Okay.
He's gonna get a measure of this guy because he's already failed to really figure him out in this scene, but he wants something to go on later when he tries to figure out what kind of human being this is. So
All right,
he's gonna,
great.
Bank that. Go on, somebody else.
Yeah, we're gonna cut to outside. So Darius, Mercy, and Ben are outside in the parking lot. Mercy, you unknowingly stand in the exact same spot where you first exalted. Yeah, I
She's
got
just
you,
kind of,
Blackthorn.
like tapping her
No
foot
problem.
and just waiting for everybody else.
I agree. That's a good one.
Ben just leans against the building's wall and goes,
Okay.
well, what do we do now? It's obvious that guy was trying to twist this to make you look
Oh, it was so good.
semi-villainous. What do you think,
Disappointed
Darius?
But
I think that he has something against you, and I don't know fully what it is. Looking at Mercy.
Okay.
How are you wanting to deal with this?
So good.
get out. We're gonna have to. Because there are going to be people that do not like my methods and do not like me, regardless of if I was a perfect paragon. And exactly what they wanted. And even a literal angel given from God. There would still be people that did not like me and that would try and twist my words. See modern Christianity. But I will keep doing what I'm doing, and that is to do better, and that is to keep on my path. I understand if you all wish to step away after this.
Oh, no, there is no way I'm stepping back from this.
If he's already looked into my past and presumably accessed records that have been sealed, then he won't stop researching once he knows who everybody is. He won't stop until every last disgusting fact about ourselves is brought to
Paul's done. He did what he set out to do. Fun though. Okay, are you guys gonna wait for the others, or are you gonna move on? What you up to?
I really don't want to leave James with them. And Joe either.
Do you want me to try and attempt to nip this in the bud, Mercy? Nip this in the bud?
What do you think?
Look at James to do a reply piece.
Sorry, what was your question, Mercy?
What do you think the best course of action would be?
A deal.
And
You
if
can't
that
make a
comes
deal
to light,
with him.
Make it so that it can't.
Perfect. Ah.
You know just as good as I do what
Oh god, they didn't do any research and it's
Wait.
biting them so hard.
my words carry
My heart.
when I strike one of those. You felt it. I felt it.
What? Ben looks very confused.
Right.
it's an explanation for him. But
Yeah, we'll do one soon, Blackthorn.
I have no authority over your decision. If you wish to make a deal and you feel that is the most prudent thing to do in this situation, then do so. I'm going to take a walk. And Mercy's gonna head off.
All right.
Hey, do you want company on that walk, or I guess you do?
No, thank you. I
Right.
appreciate it, but
Broken.
somebody needs to be here to.
So if the darkness was right, they just won. If
I just need to clear my head.
Mercy,
I've got my phone on me. I'll be at home soon.
if Mercy
I
was
No need to explain.
what?
Just stay safe.
Always do.
Darius and I will just stay here and wait for James and Joe to be done.
Okay. So Mercy starts going off downtown for a walk. The two of you wait in the parking lot, and sorry, 1 second. And the other two are in the room with Paul. So, I think, guys, we'll take a 10-minute break there, if you guys don't mind. For those who are
Alright.
new to this tabletop, or this table, we actually normally do a 10-minute break. We didn't last week because it was kind of the first time, but we will be doing it here. So you guys have the next 10 minutes to yourself. Feel free to, you can now pop into chat. You can don't read up in chat, but you can pop into it. Oh, wait, no, wait, Blackthorn is spamming chat so that we don't have that problem. Anyway,
Well,
actually,
now
wait,
I have to check.
Blackthorn, they can't read up. That's not how chat works.
Bus. Some of the party cannot read up. If you're a mod, though.
Oh, okay, yeah, don't read up, Aki. Anyway, at any rate, you have 10 minutes to yourself. I'm gonna stay here with chat because I
No.
love them so much. Anyone else gonna stay here with chat and I?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll hang around.
Okay, fair enough.
Jordan's like, you have 10 minutes. All of the party. We're staying here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I
everyone's...
might need to get more water, but yeah.
That's a good idea. All right.
Also, hydrate.
So, how are you feeling, Aki?
I just would you say that you trust the police? That was the hardest thing I have never answered. I was just like, no, I'm not even kidding. I'm sitting here like my fists just up in small fight mode,
That's
like
funny.
trying to be in character.
Do you feel that you won that social combat?
Absolutely not. I feel I lost. I left.
Mm-hmm.
I decided, peace, I'm outie.
Do you know what the
Yeah,
best feeling is for a DM? When you write, these questions continue until the Mercy storms out or James ends the interview. When you write that into your story, and then it comes true, God, that feels good.
Thanks, you rude bitch.
And
I am back in small fight mode, but it's aimed at you.
So, question then. What do you think happened there? Just like wild mass guessing.
Okay, wild mass guessing. He is specifically trying to make me look like a villain. He's trying to make me look like some sort of either unhinged individual that managed to get access to these powers,
Uh-huh.
or that he's trying to make it so that I am viewed as like I am undeserving,
Mm.
and yet I still think I'm a god.
Okay, cool. Good theories, good
Yeah.
theories. Anyone else?
Yeah.
he kind of wants to make you look like a wild vigilante that shouldn't be trusted
Yeah.
with
that
this kind of power.
that I should be locked up.
Especially the moment he brought up stabbing your grandpa with zero context.
I thought
Like,
that was pretty inspired,
me in
personally.
character has been like, oh, those are fighting words.
Yeah.
If I
Mercy's
didn't
like,
have any kind of
yes.
restraint.
Mercy's like,
Like,
ah,
oh,
yes.
Oh.
Lift's commitment to summoning the loyal steel, kind of like this, stabs him.
You want a demonstration?
It's okay. Legitimately, it is two charms into melee that I love. It is Call the Blade, which I can summon my blade like from short range, so I can you basically Mjolnir my weapon back in my hand.
Yep.
And then summoning the Loyal Steel, which is I can just yeet it elsewhere.
Yeah.
For a moat.
Elsewhere with a
One
capital
moat.
E.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like where the Khajiit come from.
No, that's elsewhere.
Sorry. It's fancy else. It's only elsewhere if it comes from the
elsewhere region of Tamriel.
Tamriel. Otherwise, it's just sparkling places.
It's just sparkling place.
Yeah. But yeah, and then summoning the Loyal Steel, which is one moat, and then I can just put a weapon away. So like everyone got strapped up to go to the initial interview, and Mercy just is always packing. Always.
You know, which if Ben wanted to punch someone, you guys could have taken any of the other plot hooks I laid out. Oh, Jesus.
Had to go after my mom.
He did not go after your mom. What are you talking about?
He absolutely went after my mom. Fight me.
What did he do to your mom? Huh? Name one thing.
That literally Jordan.
What?
Brought up her stabbing somebody on fucking like provincial television.
That had nothing to do with her mom.
Well,
That entire situation did, based off of the backstory that we were informed
It sure
of.
did, but he didn't bring up the situation. Like you said, no context. That's something you requested, Aki. Don't talk about my mom.
Boo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight you IRL. I'm gonna
Fucking
see you
Journalists.
I'm gonna see you on January the 5th, and I'm gonna throw a table at you. I'll pencil it in.
Yeah. What's hey Janet, is my 3 o'clock here? Yeah, she just came in. Oh, okay, cool. Oh shit.
Oh, there's the table.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my
Rapidly
god.
approaching.
Anyone else want to do some wild mass guessing?
All right, so we know that he's doing something we don't like, but I'm interested in why. And that's why I kind of like. It wouldn't make sense for Joe to be like, let's like invade this person's privacy. So he specifically was not like going farther than, okay, what does this person want right now? But now following this, he's gonna think maybe, given that turnabout is fair play, he's gonna see fit to look into Paul's past for reals.
Okay. By the by, who has corruption as a limit trigger?
Hello, abuse of power.
Okay, you gain yourself a whole point ass of limit, or a whole ass point of limit there, buddy.
I actually might
It's
also.
better than that. I believe you roll a certain number of dice. Oh no,
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Defining intimacies are a certain number of dice. Major intimacies are a smaller number of dice, and I think limit trigger is the most. And I'll have to double check that.
Please.
I'm looking it up.
It's fun. Or maybe maybe I'm thinking of the old version. So
Maybe.
It's really hard to tell.
My limit trigger won't come up until later.
What's your limit trigger again?
Am I permitted to say it out loud in front of everybody?
If you're comfortable with that, sure. But I'm gonna
Sees
be.
a lie peddled as truth and does nothing. So maybe once I see what he's actually aired.
Okay, hang on.
If he twists it, if he edits
twists
it,
if it's edited into a way that is clearly like not the whole truth, or is twisting it in a very in any way, that's like
James is formulating a theory, and
Okay.
so the wife being dead,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm kind of wondering if he's if somebody in power caused that, and he's on a bit of a kick against people with
power.
With power, yeah.
I mean, that's a good theory, yeah, for sure.
If I could also
maybe-
add to that theory, his wife's death was after my exaltation. What do you want to bet that she died in a car accident because of a drunk driver that I didn't talk to? Why didn't you do better for my wife?
Not a god, not omnipresent.
But to somebody in grief, in the throes of grief, recent too, like absolutely like new wound, that doesn't compute. That's not a thing that they're thinking about. It's just look at all of this other stuff you've done. Why not this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have a theory.
Oh,
Maybe something powerful is taking advantage of this man's grief in order to kind of fuck with the exalts. Because you remember he called Mercy's mom and somehow managed to get her to tell him things.
that wasn't him on the other side of the call, or it wasn't really him who visited, if that was a thing.
Yeah. Maybe something is taking advantage of him and is using him and his frustrations and his grief to bring it out and throw it on these guys.
Do we have someone who can punch ghosts? Just asking.
Pretty sure Ben
Give
can...
me the right hand wraps.
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right, guys. Well, it's time to get back started. Is everyone here?
Yeah. I gotta
never left.
close the Twitch. Bye bye.
All right. Yeah. Get out of Twitch, y'all.
Touching on limits.
Leaving, yeah. Leaving.
Just keep track of if you acquired limit due to this interview, and then we'll circle around back to it after stream.
I
Well, he
realized.
didn't hit a kid, so we're good for me.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I realized something.
Okay.
You know what will happen if I? So that's the thing. Joe has a lot of reason to believe that this is going to be used to twist the truth. He's had some friction with James already,
Mm-hmm.
based on just just James's willingness to put a positive twist on Mercy.
Uh-huh.
I am so rolling limit if I don't go into this computer. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna do the thing. He's gonna take the risk because now I realize it doesn't make sense not to. for the
Okay.
character. May I roll a thing?
Go ahead.
I am going to use another 5 motes of excellent. I'm gonna use 4 motes of peripheral essence on the excellency, the lore excellency, to do this. / roll.
Okay. I think we're good, Blackthorn. I
as
trust my
he
players.
just kind of like pauses, sits down at the computer. There is no chair, right?
No.
Stands
No.
at the bank of computers, and just kind of like glances at the camera for just a second before doubling down. He's not letting this happen. So that is
Oof.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Yep. Okay.
He's able
So
to bypass the password.
no, Aki was right on the nose. So with 5 successes, you do successfully decrypt the password. It is quite imaginatively password with an @ sign, and you manage to get into the security footage, which shows you currently typing away at this computer.
I'm going to scrub footage starting from a few seconds ago, before I went over to the computer, in much the same way that things were scrubbed from the interview. And I am going to go back and erase the entire interview.
That is not on this server. The interview is backed up off-site.
I'm going to... Alright. Alright,
Too bad you don't have any computer charms.
It's true. What I will do is I'm gonna make the security footage just replay the couple minutes before I walked over to here,
Okay.
and I'm going to go into the files and figure out from context, just where this is stored now.
Okay, so they have a drive that's called footage backup,
Yeah.
and it's a locked drive. You don't have any access to it.
Okay, sounds good. Can I corrupt it?
That is a very good question. The answer to which is no, because you have no access to it.
Fair.
It's also physically separated from this location.
Okay. Are there any clues as to the actual location?
No, none at all. It just says file storage or footage storage.
Got it. You can upload to it, but you can't access
Nope.
from this station.
Almost like it's a problem if someone deletes footage.
Yeah. He's just gonna kind of swear to himself in Spanish for a second. Set the security footage to stop looping in about 10 seconds. Logs back out and leaves things exactly as he found them.
Okay.
He's also gonna dust off the keyboard with his glasses cleaner.
Sure.
Microfiber towel.
All right. Great. While
He's
this
gonna
is
go back to where he was standing.
while this is happening, Paul finishes writing on his notepad and he looks up and he says, "Hey, James."
I'm going to.
Sorry, I need to add one thing to that. I'd like to activate easily overlooked presence method during that.
You okay?
Go ahead.
Going to have a quick glance at the notepad and kind of extend my hand.
Okay. He says, "Oh no, this is for me. You can't have this."
Just want to have a read through it so I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, I know. He stands up. As he's walking by, he taps your shoulder with the notepad. He says, "Good luck, buddy," and he walks away.
What happened to her?
He stops dead in his tracks. He turns and looks at you and says, "None of your fucking business," and he leaves.
What time is it?
It's been over half an hour since you left the station.
Yes, but like, what time is it currently?
Oh, about 7:30 ish.
I'm gonna text him from my second text Paul from my second phone again and say meet me in 2 hours,
Okay.
and
Still gonna do
give
that.
him the
Oh fuck this. is
give him an
perfect.
address
Oh,
out
this is
in
so
Machosen.
perfect. All right, great.
Where in Machosen?
I don't know,
Okay.
somewhere
Uh,
rural without cameras.
Okay.
The retreat is out in Machosen.
You pick a totally random place in Machosen. There's this retreat that looks like no one's in there, so you're pretty sure you can get away with doing it there.
I don't know what the
No.
retreat is.
It's where Aki's mom lives,
Oh no!
or Mercy. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know that.
that's awesome. All right, you find this like weird hippie encampment that has been around for years, and you're pretty sure it must be abandoned
No. Don't do that.
because it's funnier for the fate spiders.
Please, God.
Don't be that much of a dick.
That sounds like a place that would actually be occupied, though.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let that slide. You guys just took a beating. Okay, so you text him an address, and he doesn't respond. Yeah, they sure are, Blackthorn. They sure are.
Ben's still with Darius right now, right?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yes.
Ben looks over at Darius and goes, "So, what do you plan to do about this?"
Fuck.
Gonna try and make
I
it so
know
that
they
you
are.
can twist this.
You sure he's not just gonna try and twist you?
That should be fine.
Alright. If you need any backup, let me know.
Tempting. You're a bit large when it comes to being inconspicuous.
Oh, boy.
What are you talking about? I know how to be stealthy.
I look up to Ben as he has quite a few inches on me.
All right.
Come on.
Just
Throw a wig
just
on me, one of those
so
funny
happy.
glasses with the mustache, you'll be fine. Not just go punching people.
So I would have chosen a more wooded area.
Okay,
Is
fair enough.
kind of what my goal would be. And I will say that if you want to come, do you drive?
Well, it's been a while, but yeah, I can drive.
You can come, but don't have your car be seen.
Well, that's funny because I don't actually have a car. You know,
Just
kind
show
of
up
broke.
at secondary location in the woods.
Why do you think I'm living with you right now?
We can talk to the others as well, see if they want to attend.
Oh God. Oh, so good.
I honestly don't think Mercy's gonna want to be there.
I don't think this will either, but it's worth it.
Alright. After you.
So you guys see Paul leave the building, and with almost like with a spring in his step, get into his car.
I'm gonna probably have Joe come out of the building.
Okay.
See
James,
the other two there? Did she go for a walk?
Yeah.
As I see him get in his car, quick meta ask, James and or Joe, did you drive here?
Yeah, because his
Joe did.
suffering's about to
Okay,
end.
I'm going
Got a
to
rental car.
go to my car, and I'm going to follow behind Paul.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna need probably
Wait, am I coming with you or not?
dexterity and stealth or ride. Your choice.
I will do ride.
Okay. Actually, I need you to make just the stealth check. You're not under any duress, so I'm not going to require a drive action. But I do need you to roll stealth, otherwise he may notice. His job is literally to notice things. Okay. I'm just going to check something real quick here. Okay. Okay. So you drive off after him. What is everyone else doing? Did you take Ben with you?
No.
Okay.
Where is he going?
Alright.
Where is he going?
Ben shrugs.
Hmm.
It should be fine. He'll be back soon. Can I hitch a ride with you back to the house?
Yes, but I am not going back to the house. I have some
Where are you going?
to do.
Oh, fuck, this is good.
Alright.
Do you
I
wish to
guess I'll
come
ask
with?
James.
Okay. Very well.
Speaking of, what's James doing?
James is going to walk over to Paul's receptionist.
Okay, she says, "Oh, good to see you, James. Your friend just left a couple minutes ago. She looked upset. Is everything okay?"
Paul just twisted her nose a little bit.
Really, Paul?
Yeah,
I guess it is a little weird that he's working right now. You heard about the accident, right?
I didn't. I was actually gonna ask. I had found
Oh
out
no,
that- yeah.
Shelly's
What-
gone.
What happened?
she was driving down the road downtown. Some guy hit her car. She's. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, she's gone. She was, from what I understand, it was quick, but you know, I mean, when we saw Paul come into work, he got pulled into the boss's office, and then he just went right back to work. And I thought it was strange, of course, but I'm not going to bring it up with him if he's trying to. I don't know. We all deal with grief differently, right? And he was always kind of a workaholic, so I just tried to be a little nicer to him, brought him coffee a few times, that kind of stuff.
Thanks. That explains a little bit.
I'm sorry to hear that you got ambushed in there. If I'd have known, I would have warned you.
Can you think of
Oh,
any
the
reason,
receptionist is the
Paul
guy.
might be really having it in for the gal there?
Oh, you mean Zenith?
Yeah.
I mean, no. A week ago, he was kind of singing her praises, actually. But I guess maybe with Shelley's death, he something changed. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. You know I care about Polly's,
Yeah, he's done good work.
But if you hear anything odd or see him acting real strange, can you let me know?
Well, on his way out, he was actually looked kind of happy. I thought maybe, he had a good interview and it brought his spirits up a little.
I don't know what to tell you there. Well,
Well, I hope he's gonna be okay. I'm really sorry about that.
it's alright. You got my number, yeah?
Yeah, of course. And she holds her phone up. She's got a new phone since the one you saw before.
Alright. Coffee's on me next time I'm in the station. Catch you later, huh?
You're a sweetheart. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I'll head on out.
Okay, you go out just in time to see Darius's car leaving the lot, and you notice Paul's is gone as well. The other two are standing in the parking lot.
Ah, there you are. Ben will need a ride.
Yeah.
No problem.
I am going to try to figure out just what that was.
I'm gonna see if I can find anything more out about his wife's passing.
I see. In that case, I will be going. Let me know what you find. You have my number?
Of course.
It may be helpful in what I intend to do.
Which is...
I need to find out just
Yeah,
who
this is-
Paul is in his life outside of here. He did not seem to have any compunction about invading Mercy's privacy. I believe the time has passed to keep extending him the same the same consideration. You might actually notice that from the way that Joaquin's eyebrows have been furrowed this entire time, he doesn't do strong expressions. He doesn't do complete smiles. This is the closest thing to anger that you've seen on his face yet.
Do you...
Joe looks grumpy.
If I remember right, he said he had an active Twitter account going. I'll shoot Samuel text and see if he could, find anything extra for you. I'll get him to shoot it your way.
The last
shoot,
3
portraits
days
of
will
words.
be the last 3 days I have already scrolled through. However, anything from earlier than that, it would be a weight off my mind if Samuel could send me what he finds. Thank you.
You bet. And I'll pull my phone out and start working.
Okay, we're gonna cut to Darius now. So you follow him to kind of mid-range apartment building where he drives underground. and then you assume goes upstairs to his apartment. Are you going to try and follow him?
I will not follow him underground. However, I will park my car out front after he has left vision.
Okay.
Like after he's lost sight of me in the case that he did catch on, and I'm going to check the buzzer for his name.
Okay. You do see at field P and S.
Okay. Is there a unit number or anything like that?
Yep. He's on the 7th floor.
Okay. And then I will head back to the condo to discuss if anyone wants to come with me.
You're gonna head back to the condo?
I just wanted to know where he lived.
Okay, great. So you have heightened senses turned on, right?
Yes.
Cool. So you, as you're getting into your car, just before you close the door, you can hear the sound of crackling electricity, and for a brief moment, the lights in the building flicker.
Okay. Is there any unique scent on the air or taste on the air?
Ozone.
I'm going to memorize that in my scent library because that is something I can do.
Great. And you're gonna go back to the condo?
Yes.
Okay. You head back.
Hang on though. Ozone as in from lightning striking or other swift oxidation of air.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
He did, yeah, you did.
Okay. Yeah, I head
So
back.
you all, minus Mercy, meet up at the condo.
I believe Joe was doing something else as well.
It sure was.
Oh, okay. So minus the two of you meet up back at the condo.
Alright, so Ben is training on his training dummy as usual. Just kinda
What's your
punching
training
it.
dummy made out of?
It's like it's one of those traditional martial arts ones.
The wooden pillar with the poles coming out of it?
No, the ones with the foam torso and head.
Oh, okay. That's definitely not traditional, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. At some point, he accidentally punches the head too hard, and it kind of
Yeah, I was gonna say
hits the wall.
The thing that you're working on, the metal pole, is very clearly re-welded together around the middle, because it was recently broken. But now you've learned to pull your punches until what did you say you just did?
Punched the head off of it. It may have hit the wall.
Okay, so
Hopefully
you
it
do
didn't break the wall.
and when it hits the wall, it immediately turns to liquid since it's made out of rubberized plastic already. So there is now a like rapidly cooling pool of rubber on the ground, and the thing's head is the neck is smoking from the force of the impact.
Ben quickly checks the wall behind it.
Okay, the wall is very seriously damaged.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, there's a fairly
Fuck.
sizable hole in it, and it's also a little warm, so it's not on fire or anything, but it's pretty clear that something very, very hot, traveling very fast, impacted the wall here. It did make the house shudder a little.
He quickly goes to the not quite finished medical area, tries to find something to cover the hole before Darius gets home.
Okay, you find
Posters.
you have a poster of Bruce Lee in your belongings, and you put that up quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
And just to make sure, he also puts his finished nail bed just in front of it too.
All right. So it looks like you meant to put it there.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
He's like, gotta do that demonstration at some point soon.
Anyway, all right. So everyone is now at home, except
Yep.
for Mercy and Joe. Let's cut over to Mercy a little bit. Mercy, what are you doing?
Mercy's gonna basically take a walk and continue doing what she does best, which is just going and helping people that need it.
Okay, great.
It's basically just a way to get her out of her own head
Okay.
and refocus.
And Joaquin, what are you doing?
So I, OOC, do not know how to go about this, but I would like to roll a thing for my character to know just how to figure out what really happened here. It's investigation, almost certainly.
Yeah, this would be an
But,
investigation check.
I would like to roll intelligence and investigation.
For what exactly is your goal here?
My goal
Without
here is
worrying
to-
about stats or anything.
Yeah. What really happened to Paul's wife?
Okay, great. Yeah, go ahead, give me that intelligence and investigation check.
Sounds good.
And since this is a please give me a hint, oh big Mr. Storyteller, no charms on this one.
Got it.
Unless you have
I
one that
apparently
specifically applies.
I apparently get 4 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Great. So you're fairly confident that the first place you should start looking is into the accident itself. There's got to be some information out there about it, especially if it happened downtown.
Yeah.
The question is where you're going to find that, but, I'm sure the police know.
I mean, yeah. Does anything on Victoria Buzz talk about a car accident in the
Yeah,
last few days?
totally. Guy was doing a $120 in a 50 zone. And there's an active police investigation.
Oh, there. He just kind of swears to himself and shakes his head. Active police investigation. No one's gonna just give out information on that. But eyewitness accounts. Any video? Any stuff that's like just rolling around online?
Okay. I will let you look into that, but we're going to do that blue booking because that's where we're going to end it for tonight, guys.
Okay.
Yay.
So, please don't jump back in chat yet.
Right.
Oh, wait. Everyone except Aki can jump back in chat.
Oh.
Be-
I'm a
Oh,
mod.
right,
Aki can
because
see.
Aki can see.
Ah.
Yeah.
I can see everything.
I see.
but the rest of
everything.
them can't. So,
Thank you.
all right, guys. How are you feeling? How's tonight's session treat you?
Oh,
That's good.
I'm feeling like I'm hitting my stride on. Oh, I'm a player. This is how I do things. Yeah.
You need to worry less about the rules, bud. I
Okay.
get that you're fluent with them and everything, but you tend to declare what you're rolling and then why you're doing that, which is a DM thing, right? Like the first thing you think about is, oh, my players would need to do that to do this thing. You need to reverse because it's
I apologize for that, and thank
No,
you for
no.
your patience.
no, it's fine. It's not a problem. It's just it's funny.
Yeah. It is funny.
I get it. I get it. So the Fate Spiders were very entertained tonight, I think. The Pattern Spiders really like that.
I really hope Darius doesn't find that hole.
That
Just put in the wall.
All right, so let's talk about the party struggles for tonight. So Mercy was ambushed on TV and may now have to deal with the consequences of that. James just found out that one of his closest friends may not be handling his grief in a healthy fashion. Paul lost a wife. Darius is now involved in some spy shit against like a private
Getting
citizen.
strong deja vu right now.
Ben put a hole in his rental wall.
It's an accident.
all
I
equally bad things. All right, so it's the end of the session, which means we have a poll up in the chat. That is for the Fate Spiders to pick their favorite Exalt. The Pattern Spiders will do that. Players don't touch it. Stop.
Not touching that.
Can I just blow on it?
No, you may not. Do not blow anything, Witch. This is Twitch. You need a whole different website for that.
Damn it.
So we're going to go around. We're going to do the thing we always do, which is the players can vote for who they thought their favorite player of the night was. And then we'll also do, well, we've got the other vote already going on.
Just gonna quickly intervene. Did one of the players vote?
I don't think
In the
so.
poll?
No, I didn't.
I did not.
I don't
Alright.
have Twitch open.
I don't have Twitch open either.
Okay,
Great.
no worries. Thank you.
That was Mod, for those who don't know. Anyway, we'll go left to right. Try and keep your answers brief, guys. Sam, what's up, buddy? Who did you like tonight? Can't be yourself.
I mean, it's probably gonna be Mercy.
Okay.
That was it was an intense emotional moment, and the reactions felt intuitive and like they hit me in the gut.
Great. Good. Hey, that witch.
Sorry, I'm just still laughing about the fucking wall thing. Fucking May-Mays. Yeah. Mercy definitely, had a lot of interaction. But I think I want to commend Joe for, beginning to do the dumb and then backing out when he realized he couldn't fully do the dumb.
Okay.
So.
Then he went back to it.
Then he went back to it. So,
Okay.
so at least Ben wasn't the one that was possibly risking our integrity. So I want to commend Joe for that.
All right. Very good. Aki.
I actually want to commend James because I liked him stopping by the secretary and and also stopping the interview and being like, what the fuck, dude? Like, just
Okay.
because James is a news guy, he wouldn't just interrupt an interview, like.
Mhm.
And trying to get him to like reveal on his wife by just straight up asking what happened right after. That's I think that was really good. I think he tried to blindside him with that, and I want to reward that.
All right. So for attacking a fellow reporter, got it. James, Mr. Scald, who would you like to vote for?
I'm going for Joe for deciding that he wanted to do the thing. I really hope James never finds out.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
And
And
also do an honorable mention to Darius for doing the spy shit.
okay. Speaking of, hey, Mr. Crown. Sue Crown.
I honestly really liked how Ben played this tonight. Just the brief conversation between Mercy and I having a bit more of an understanding of what terms her and I stand on, and Ben having absolutely zero ideas to what her and I have discussed in Blue Booking at all, was
Yeah.
a really fun little touch with the, what are you guys talking about?
Mhm.
Oh, fuck.
I enjoyed that.
Great.
I thought he was just a cyborg.
Oh my god, Ben. All right. I believe that means that Joaquin wins the player vote for the night.
Oh,
Yay.
Congratulations, you get a free solar XP.
all right.
The chat vote for the night goes to Darius.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, you are the Pattern Spider's favorite exalt tonight.
Ooh.
And that gives you a whole ass real XP. Because chat is better than me. Anyway, you guys
that.
can have, I'll give you 3 regular XP, 2 for regular, and then 1 for failing an encounter. And then I'll give you each, I think honestly 2 solar XP is fair. You guys, again, all did your jobs pretty much the way you were supposed to. Unfortunately, you didn't get to do your big solar flexing because you're baby exalts and you just got blindsided in an interview. Which, whoever came up with that idea is a real piece of shit. Speaking of, you also get 1 free regular XP from chat. everyone does. For
You're welcome.
10,000 channel points worth of XP just got handed out.
Boy.
Nice.
I have
Thank
3.7k points left. That will not be happening again anytime soon. But
Thank you.
I'm really enjoying
Blackthorn.
watching so far, and I think you guys are doing great. So
Yeah, because Blackthorn is just moderating for us, I've also brought him behind the curtain, which means this is very
I get to really enjoy like the depth of everything that's going on.
yeah, it's real fun.
It is.
So we're gonna end with a little bit of
Wild guessing.
wild mass guessing. Why do you guys think? Oh, so 2 questions. So what do you think happened at his apartment, and why do you think he did what he did? And we'll go from right to left because last time we did left to right. So we'll start with Mr. Crown, and if you want, you can just say pass.
So with the hint that you dropped a couple weeks ago, I guess last week, would have been something to do with demony shit. Maybe
It was a
maybe
joke,
ghosts,
you guys.
something supernatural
You
is
have to know that we're gonna take jokes like that.
in my brain. It's that something supernatural is occurring
Okay.
with this person,
All right. Fair enough.
and like it's just going to be a step to figure out what it is.
Okay. Fair enough. And what do you think happened at the apartment there?
Maybe the completion. Maybe he's struck a deal with something supernatural, or he is slowly turning into something supernatural. And this interview going the way it was a step in either that deal or his ascension.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. I want you to remember that guess. All right, James.
Okay.
Sorry. Scald.
Well, either he just, stuck his finger in the electrical socket, or he went and had a bath with the toaster.
Okay. Interesting guess. Interesting guess. I want you to remember that this was your guess. And any wild mass guessing as to why that all went down?
I think he may have been possessed.
Possessed. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. I like that one. Mercy. Aki, rather. What do you think?
Okay. So I'm bringing in some meta knowledge.
Oh.
So as somebody who's played demon before,
Uh-huh.
I don't think Paul is possessed by the demon.
Okay.
I think his wife might be,
Ooh, because she recently was in a
because she died.
yeah, which opens you up to demon possession.
Exactly.
Ah.
And I think Paul may have made a deal, for lack of a better term, a deal with a demon in order to get his wife back.
Okay, very cool, very cool.
And he's trying to take down Mercy because the demon is like, that is a threat to me. Seeing as I'm made of goddamn sunlight.
All right.
So, yeah.
I like that guess. That's a good one. That's solid. What do you think happened to the apartment?
What I think or what I hope?
Let's do both.
Okay, what I think might have happened is that the demon may have appeared.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If I recall correctly, there is an ability that demons have that causes electrical fluctuations based on a particular circle. If is that the one that they use? Is the
No,
circle...
it's a house, but
the house, yeah. And what I hope happened is he decided to get a very fancy bath bomb that plugs in.
Jesus Christ, Aki.
What?
Was it
I
really?
should not be laughing to that.
That wasn't that bad.
Just get like a nice black
after my
bath
mom.
bomb, and you put it in your shirt, and then you go get baptized.
As we recently learned from a very religious friend of ours, that would just make the priest think you shit yourself. Anyway, that witch.
But yeah.
All right, I I'm starting to kind of agree with Aki here with like possibly, especially with, you know, there's like it's known that the accident happened, but the records are kind of like, eh? So maybe he basically stole his wife's corpse. There's a demon in it now telling him what to do. And yeah, that's why he's dissing on the Exalts right
Okay.
now.
All right, so you're gonna agree with Aki's insane demon theory. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
What do you
Though
think?
I don't agree with the bath bomb theory. I think whatever supernatural entity he is dabbling with decided to reward him for successfully basically blackmailing this Exalt by giving him some powers.
Ooh, so you expect to see him again with magic powers?
I'm expecting him to electrocute me next time I see him, yes.
Ooh, very cool, very cool. It would be neat if I got an antagonist out of this. That'd be pretty sweet. And last but certainly not least, Sam.
All right. So the first question was, what do I think happened?
Yeah, that led to all this.
What led to all this? Okay, so my theory is a little different, but draws off of Aki's. Based on my experiences, and this is also meta, I was under the impression that his wife is back, but not as a demon, as a Death Knight, as an abyssal
exalt.
Because if we are here, maybe they are there too, and that's a thing where you have to die first.
That is true.
Yeah,
you do not have to die.
You actually have
first.
to die, and then it technically usually happens as you are on death's door.
Yeah. So
You
my
come back to home.
my understanding is when you get close enough to death, you can start to hear the underworld, and in that moment, the Neverborn tell you that it's unfair that you have to die, and you should bring everyone down with you. And if you agree, then they give you the power.
It's not the Neverborn; it's the Death Lords who shouldn't exist here.
So
I am thinking that there's some kind of rehashing of how that works going on to make it work for
Okay.
Earth. instead of Patience. There you go.
I have a question.
Yes.
Was Paul in the car when the accident happened?
Ooh.
Because it might not have been his wife.
It might not have
I
been.
thought about that earlier as well. It popped into my head too. I liked it.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum.
So I was thinking like.
Okay, so
if she's
Abyssal
not
Exalt.
back-
Yeah.
So he might be an abyssal. So that was my thought. And what just happened? Okay, so my guess was if he's actually just a human guy, whoever or whatever was using him may have decided he'd outlived his usefulness
Okay.
and that he serves them better dead.
Cool.
Alternatively,
I mean, if it's an Abyssal Exalt, that could have been, what's it called?
Resonance.
Resonance, yeah.
Yep, resonance from being outside in the sunlight, not wearing the trappings of death,
Yeah.
and just hiding his nature and protecting life in any way. But that's all very meta. It's just that's why my wild mask guessing.
Okay, great. I love the wild mass guessing. It's really fun for me to be smug about my whole all the things that I've set up. Some of you guys have been right, some of you have been wrong, and I'm not telling you who. Anyway,
Hey, do I get some mass guessing?
you
some wild mass
absolutely
guessing?
do not. No.
It's the Illuminati.
I'm gonna mute you. Anyway, guys, thank you everyone for being here. Thanks for playing with me, guys. It's been a treat. I'm really excited for this campaign. It's a good one. I think it's a really good one. The story is real good.
Are
Ooh,
you saying that because you wrote it?
I feel this is some of my better work. Actually, I'm excited for it. I can't wait for you guys to find out. And until then, sorry. Nick has guessed that it's actually that Paul is actually a shark in a trench coat, which is a whole new nightmare for me. Thank
Well,
you guys.
He hasn't tried to bite anybody's cuffs off yet. Anyways,
Oh my god.
that's never happened.
All right, guys.
Good night.
Thank you for playing with me. Chat, thank you for being here. Oh, sorry, Pattern Spiders, thank you for being here and manipulating fate. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard to play some more Witcher 3. We'll actually play it this time instead of just patting ourselves on the back for being a community. I'm very, very grateful to all of you for being here. As always, does my heart proud. Thank you so much.
Thank
I thought
you.
you said that you were gonna actually play it instead of just dying all the time, and I was gonna be like, bet.
Well, I didn't say that because I'm definitely gonna die all the time and it'll be funny. Nick, you just made a shark joke. You do not get to call me out for making a spider reference. Anyway, thanks guys for being here. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard, and until then, I'll catch you all next time. Bibbles.
Nibbles.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye bye.